My name is Kalindi Kokal, and I am in Germany for the second time. I've come from India, a small town, well, no longer a small town, a city called Pune, which is very close to Mumbai, which everybody seems to know. And so I'm an interdisciplinary scholar, and I have studied law as my core discipline. And I did my master's, and during my doctorate, I was in an institute for social anthropology, the Max Planck Institute, also here in Germany. And that is when I really started working with both the disciplines of law and anthropology. The objective has always been to study law and all that comes with it. So, conflict, justice, gender, all of that through an ethnographic lens, through an anthropological lens. So during my doctoral work, there was a large part of my study, my empirical work, that looked at ritualistic practices that were related to justice seeking. And what happened during this phase was, of course, it was a doctoral research, so it's very wide spanning. And you want to also, look at everything, so you can't narrow down. And so this project at KC is meant to help me expand on that particular line of my doctoral work. This means that I will basically be zooming in a bit onto this space of ritualistic practices and what sort of practices these are, and how people engage in them with the broader view of pursuing some concept or idea of justice. The thought is that I will look in at a geographical region, which is in the northern part of India, in the central Himalayas. The state is called Uttarakhand. And I will look at a particular region within Uttarakhand, which borders on the one hand with Tibet and on the other with Nepal. So this is a large group of villages, but the communities are more or less, they can be easily identified. I think this work sort of builds in on two levels. One is, of course, the most importantly, obviously, to this project, which is really a very unique space that is going to look at esoteric practices and alternative rationalities. And on the other hand, I think whatever I do here, I'm hoping to maybe feed it back into the broader discourse on legal anthropology, law and anthropology, and to think about, a more South Asian conception of justice. I know it's a big leap, but at least it's one step in that direction. So my previous experience in Halle at the Max Planck Institute was also amongst anthropologists. And I think working with scholars from a different discipline or from different disciplines really gives you a perspective on what you're doing. And it's a very, very broad sort of learning experience. So since this is not my main discipline, I have a lot to learn. And I think this project or coming to KC, that was one of the primary motivations, to meet people who've already been working on this or in this space for really long, are sort of pioneers in it, and they can help enrich my work in terms of theory, in terms of trying to put on a different lens and see where this is going to go.